Yo, what's up guys, this is Vaulty back again with a brand new World of Warcraft video. So with Classic WoW beta underway, there are many people that are discovering that Classic WoW is quite a lot harder when it comes to leveling than the modern version of WoW. It takes a lot longer to move from one point of the map to the other, and the mobs you fight are a lot tougher in terms of stats. Needless to say, it will take you quite a long time to reach the max level in World of Warcraft Classic. So here are 5 ways to level up faster in Classic WoW. Number 5 on this list is increase your movement speed. So everybody knows that at level 40 there is a way to actually get yourself a mount, and this mount will give you an extra 60% movement speed. However, what a lot of people don't know is that there's a significant way to increase your movement speed before level 40. Many WoW players do not know, but there is an 8% bonus movement speed you can get on your boots. And you can get this at any level. So starting at level 1, you can actually get an enchant, which is the minus speed increase on boots. This enchant is very cheap. In fact, it probably costs about 3 to 5 gold, so you can pretty much get this at early game levels. Now you may be thinking an 8% bonus movement speed isn't a lot, but if you think about it, it really does add up. If it takes you 10 minutes to walk to a place, if you have the movement speed enchant, you will actually get there 48 seconds faster. And this is before you have a mount, so you have to be doing a lot of walking. Before you get to level 40, it will probably take you a little bit under 100 hours to do that. If you can shave off 8% from this time theoretically, think about all the time it takes to go from one quest objective to the other. Taking off 8% each time you do that is going to add up quite a lot, and you will end up leveling up way faster than other people that don't have this enchant. So I definitely recommend spending the first few gold you make on this enchant if there's an enchanter in your capital city that can do it. There are also some mount speed increases, such as Mithril Spurs and the Carrot on the Stick trinket that you can get from Zul'Farrak. Number 4, grinding while moving. So as I mentioned before, in Classic WoW, there is a lot of times where you're just moving from one quest objective to the other. It's very common in giant areas like the Barrens for you to go from one part of the map to the other to finish quest objectives or hand things in. So what a lot of Classic WoW speedrunners do is that they kill things along the way. And if you're skilled enough, you can actually kill a monster if you're a melee class while moving and pretty much lose 0 speed. If you're a two-handed melee class like a warrior or a shaman, this can actually be a huge advantage to you. Because of the nature of your class, your swing timer is quite slow, and in between that time you can actually move in a direction freely with no negative consequence. As you can see here, I'm basically kiting this monster and turning around whenever my attack swing timer is 0. By constantly turning around while moving to the mob that you're kiting, you can actually attack them over time, and you're essentially killing a mob while moving. If you do this with any mob you see while going to a new quest objective, you can definitely rack up quite a lot of experience by doing this that you wouldn't normally get. It takes quite a lot of skill, and an add-on that has a swing timer would be of a great use to you, so that you can time this properly. It's quite skillful to do this, and not many people have mastered this, including myself. But if you spend some time with it, it's definitely worth doing this if you're trying to level up as quickly as possible. Number 3, planned pathing. So a big mistake that a lot of people do in Classic WoW is that they just set their hearthstone in the capital city. To be honest, there's a lot better places that you can set your hearthstone that can be advantageous in the leveling process. For example, if you are a horde character, it makes a lot more sense to put your hearthstone in the crossroads, because in the crossroads, you are literally in the crossroads. There are so many zones that are nearby to you, and you can access pretty closely. In fact, Crossroads is probably a better hub than Orgrimmar. And there's other examples, such as if you're a mage, you don't need to set your hearthstone in a capital city since you have the teleports there anyway. A much better thing to do is to set your hearthstone in the opposing faction's continent, and then you can access there at any time using your hearthstone. For example, if you're an Alliance mage, you can teleport at any time to Darnassus, but that is at the very top of the continent. However, if you set your hearthstone at the bottom of the map, say at Tanaris, you can pretty much cover all the major regions of Azeroth that you can just access pretty much instantly. Another thing you should keep in mind is that every 2 levels you will get some new skills. So you should probably plan your trips to capital cities to be when you actually ding up to level 12, 14, 16 and so on. Because every 2 2 levels you get new skills and you need to learn them, you may as well return to the capital cities and deal with the auction house and stuff you need to do when you hit that 2 level threshold. In addition, also finishing quests and batches is a huge benefit to your leveling speed. Go into a town, take up all the quests, and finish them in an entire batch, so you don't need to go back and forth from the quest hub. You can minimize the amount of trips you need to go back. Number 2 on this list is add-ons. So add-ons in Classic WoW is still kind of an unknown. Blizzard has said that it would have a modern infrastructure but with a Classic WoW client. So needless to say, some of the add-ons that we have in the 1.12 client will be outdated, and the add-ons that we have in BFA are also going to be outdated. So a lot of the add-ons are going to be subject to change. However, some important add-ons that probably will be developed and you really should get your hands on is a quest tracker. This is absolutely important. If you want to level up as fast as possible, you need to see where things are on the map, because in the vanilla version of Classic WoW, there is no quest tracker. Like, you need to actually read the quest text, and that just takes a lot of time. If your goal is to level up as quickly as possible, you definitely need to find yourself a quest tracker add-on that shows you exactly where you need to go to kill the 10 boars. Other add-ons that are important are combat related, such as swing timers and the hunter auto attack timer. These are massively useful when planning out your skill rotation and also hitting things while moving. And of course, other add-ons are simply down to preference in terms of UI changes and making things as useful to you as possible. So number 1 on this list is grind the right targets. The mobs that you fight in Classic WoW are not balanced. Some have way higher stats than others, and some have way lower stats. A good rule of thumb is that any well-playing NPC is going to have a lot lower stats than usual. However, they all give the equivalent level of experience for that level. So what a lot of WoW players do is that they actually farm and grind on well-playings, because these guys give a maximum amount of experience. However, their stats are way lower than a normal mob at their level. So considering that in Classic WoW it will probably be inevitable that you will have to grind at some point, you may as well grind on the right mobs. These are mobs that either have good loot and give you some good gold returns, or they are simply easy to kill and you can actually get a lot of experience from them. Either way, you definitely want to do some research on what mobs are easy to kill and what should be your grinding targets. Common grinding targets are the whelplings in wetlands. These guys have some really good loot that can sell on the auction house, and they are also very quick to kill. Their HP is pretty much 90% of what a mob at their level really should have. If you guys found this video helpful, please leave a like down below. This is vaulty signing out.